Hey everyone, Chad here again from Real Life English. Today I have another lesson that is going to revolutionize the way you experience and learn not just the English language, but more importantly, English speaking culture, humor, and many of the human elements that form the soul of the language. As we shared in videos 1 and 2, here at Real Life English, our mission is for you to learn English with the things you already love doing. We help learners from all over the world to be able to listen, speak, and live their life in English naturally, confidently, and from an expanded cultural perspective. As Charlemagne once said, to have another language is to possess a second soul. And today we're going to help you take a step closer to understanding exactly what that means. But before we begin, let's quickly review. In video 1, we talked about the importance of cultivating active listening habits in your daily life. And in the last video, we explored the rhythm and flow of how natives really speak, why we cut and connect our words, and how you can start to remove that little voice in your head that constantly reads and filters native English speech through the rhythm pattern of your native tongue, just like my sunglasses were filtering the light. Also, I want to give a big shout out to all the people who left such amazing and supportive comments on our last lesson. As you know, Real Life is all about community, and your feedback and support is crucial to what we are doing. So thank you all so much. And in this lesson, we are going to go even deeper to the heart and soul of native culture and help you understand what you've been missing all along, what subtitles can't explain, which is cultural fluency. If you've been fixated on grammar and textbook English, or if you've been depending on translations and subtitles, you've just experienced the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more to understand and enjoy. So, have you ever been watching a TV series, maybe even reading the subtitles, and you hear everyone laughing, but you don't really understand the context or the humor of the joke? Our students have told us that when they watch a TV show in English with subtitles, they can understand almost everything, but they hate it when they hear everyone laughing and the subtitles are not enough to understand the context or the humor of the joke. Has this ever happened to you? I personally have experienced this so many times when watching TV shows in Portuguese and movies, and even many times in real conversations. And it's so frustrating, not just because I knew I was missing out on the laughter, but it made me feel less confident and, even worse, completely excluded from the conversation. Even when using subtitles in my native language, I couldn't get rid of this annoying feeling that the essence of the language was being completely lost in translation. And now, as an English teacher, I've seen the exact same thing happening with so many of my students, as well as many real-life community members. Understanding humor and cultural references is one of the most subtle but indispensable aspects of advanced fluency, and it's the glue that connects us with others. Luckily for me, I made some good friends who really helped explain Brazilian culture to me. You know, the common ways of interacting, having fun, and joking around. See, this was so important in helping me to understand and enjoy Brazil. It's people, jokes, and even more, it's helped me make many great friends, connect more deeply with the culture, and feel much more confident and comfortable when interacting in Portuguese. Okay, in today's lesson, I'm going to do the same for you. I want to be your English speaking friend and show you some of the things that can't be translated. In this very short clip from Friends, I'm going to show you some of the subtle cultural aspects which are great for improving your cultural fluency. These are the things that the most successful learners integrate and use to communicate, connect, and have fun in English. In this scene, Joey, Ross, Rachel, and Phoebe convince Monica and Chandler to host Thanksgiving. However, the four of them end up arriving to dinner an hour late, and Monica is not happy.
Come on, you guys, we're sorry. Our subway broke down.
That's a lie. You went to the game. I can see Joey's hand.
For the love of God, take it off!
So I'm going to quickly break down some of the cultural aspects, some of which you probably already know, and I'm sure other stuff will be new information. So, subway breakdown. Ross is making a silly excuse here, saying that the subway, which is the underground train line, broke down and that's why they are late. Secondly, you notice Joey's holding a foam hand. Foam hands are really common in American sports events, which is why they are late, because they went to an ice hockey game to see the New York Rangers play. And finally, Ross says, "For the love of God," which is an expression to show frustration or disbelief, and it can be used humorously when you are shocked at a friend's silly behavior, similar to "what the hell" or "what the F word, WTF."
You guys, come on, it doesn't matter why we're late. We're all here now. Please let us in so we can have some of your delicious turkey.
I had a dream once about a fax machine that did that.
That's all the turkey you're gonna get.
How are we going to decide who gets this?
Water balloon!
What are we gonna do? I'm starving.
Oh, I just remembered. We do have something to eat. Monica put something in our oven this morning.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you touch that and you will be sorry.
Guys, I listened to her. The vein is bigger than I've ever seen it.
Oh my God, it's Brussels sprouts.
That's worse than no food.
Water balloon in this episode is a joke made about a new invented element in the famous rock, scissor, paper game, which is really commonly used for making decisions amongst friends in US culture. The vein Chandler is referring to here is on Monica's forehead, and it's just a joke about how angry she's getting. And Brussels sprouts, as we all know Brussels sprouts for being the worst tasting vegetable of them all.
Ha ha! All you got was Monica's stinky Brussels sprouts.
Stinky?
Please let me stay on this side of the door.
Oh, I know. I still have my old key. We can just unlock the door.
Well, I don't know if that's such a good idea. They clearly don't want to be with us.
You know what? I don't want to be with them either, but it's Thanksgiving and we should not want to be together.
Just get in there and make a face-to-face apology, you know? Look them in the eye. I know I could get them to forgive us.
I don't know.
I'm telling you. I can do it.
Yeah, you can do it.
Oh.
It all looks so beautiful. The turkey, the stuffing.
Here, Chandler is childishly teasing his friends, which is also a common form of joking around, but just make sure you don't do it in a serious, offensive way. We should not want to be together. This is a joke related to how when families or friends are forced together for special events, it's really common that they end arguing and fighting. And stuffing is a bread-based seasoning used to fill or stuff in a turkey for extra flavoring.
The cranberries?
Enough! A monkey could have made them.
Hey, listen, guys, we feel really terrible.
He's doing that weird eye contact thing. Don't look at him. Don't look at him.
Come on, you guys. We want you to know we're very, very sorry. Right, guys?
I feel terrible.
Cranberry sauce is a delicious sauce, often eaten with turkey, and it's really common at Thanksgiving. A monkey could have made it. Monica angrily snaps at Chandler because he keeps talking about his sauce when she made the whole dinner. Joey's eye trick, he's just being his silly self, and for some reason, Ross believes him. And we feel terrible. Everyone is over-exaggerating, trying to persuade Monica to let them in. Okay? Being overly empathetic can be used as a form of humor too. What a hilarious, timeless TV show. I mean, I'm from Australia and I grew up watching and rewatching every episode all 10 seasons, and I learned so much about American culture. And what's so amazing, but not really so surprising if you know Friends, is that even 10 years after ending, it's still one of the most popular and culturally impactful TV shows ever. People all around the world are still watching Friends like crazy. In fact, on a global scale, it's getting even more popular. Netflix, for example, last year paid $118 million for the rights to stream all 10 seasons. This article from a British newspaper explains it all, and here are just a few quotes. Friends has a quality of its own kind. While the fashions might have had an expiration date, the jokes did not. The scripts were sharp and funny, full of smart wit, proving comedy with mass appeal doesn't have to be dumbed down. There's one 90s trend that never went away. The story of 6 New Yorkers who hang out in impossibly large apartments and drink copious amounts of coffee at ridiculous times of the day. Friends was, and still is, a cultural phenomenon. But apart from all the fun and being a global cultural phenomenon, this final quote best explains why Friends is the perfect source material for our power learning method. Friends has become a trusted text for linguists looking to understand changes in the speech patterns of American English. In fact, back in 2012, when Justin, Ethan, and I started Real Life English, with a combined 20 years of experience traveling, language learning, and teaching English learners from all around the world, we started to discover an extremely fascinating pattern happening with some of the most fluent speakers that we met. A surprisingly high percentage of them were huge fans of Friends. And even more interesting, most had taught themselves English. They demonstrated a deep and natural understanding of native speaking culture, humor, and even non-verbal aspects like body language and some cultural norms. But what totally blew us away is that most had never left their country. The deeper we looked, the more we realized that there really was something amazing happening. The academic research reported that Friends was indeed the perfect TV series to teach and learn not only native speech patterns and real-life conversation, but also discourse markers, slang, as well as jokes and a ton of American culture. So, in mid-2015, after 3 years of rigorous research and development of the real-life power learning method, both in the classroom and with the Fluency Circle, we were finally ready to launch publicly the world's first English fluency course, not only to base its lessons 100% on a fun and engaging TV series, but also the first to focus on and teach real-life native speech patterns. Ladies and gentlemen, after spending the last year passionately building lessons for every single minute of season 1 and 2 of Friends, working with over 200 Fluent with Friends students, getting just phenomenal results, now we're so happy to announce that in 2 days, we'll be opening up access for about 100 new students to an updated, revamped Fluent with Friends Power Learning course. This 11-month course takes the ideas and strategies we've been sharing in these videos, the results of over 4 years of our research, and applies them directly to your learning and your life, together with our power learning method and the world famous Friends, widely known as the best TV series for learning English. With Fluent Friends, we guarantee that with a little commitment and willpower, you will turn your English learning process into a fun and effective adventure alongside the fascinating and hilarious story of Friends, and with the constant guidance and coaching from us, the Real Life Guys. So every week for the next 48 weeks, you will receive via email a brand new, power-packed Fluent with Friends power lesson with an in-depth 17-page linguistic and cultural fluency guide. This will explain everything that you as an English learner can possibly need to know about that week's episode. It includes the complete transcript with footnotes signaling meticulous explanations of vocabulary, idioms, slang, phrasal verbs, grammar, cultural notes, explanations of jokes, as well as an in-depth analysis of native speech patterns. Now, because of copyright laws, we can't legally provide you with the actual video or audio from Friends, but we do offer a gazillion other powerful support materials, and you probably know where to acquire Friends, the TV series, on your own anyway. Every week, in addition to the power lessons, which totals over 850 pages, you will also receive a memorized vocabulary lesson, learning 30 new words per episode, complete with interactive exercises and pronunciation samples. That's a total of 1,400 words and expressions over the 11-month course. You will also receive in the first season weekly pronunciation and vocab reviews in MP3 format, so you can listen and practice in your car. You'll also get access to the Real Life Fluency Circle, our all-star community of English students where you can have your questions answered and also take quizzes. You'll also have exclusive access to Justin, Ethan, and I through our coaching sessions, office hours, and live online workshops. And finally, we're offering a complete 16-week pronunciation course on ninja pronunciation techniques, including content and function words, the 7 rules of connected speech, and the International Phonetic Alphabet. We're extremely excited to share more about the Fluent with Friends Power Learning course in just 2 days with a special bonus video which we will deliver to your email. But something you need to know, and please pay attention here, because we want this to be an optimal experience for those who we are committed to working with, and especially those who have already contacted us about the course, we are only going to be offering this course for a limited time of 5 days or to a limited number of 100 students, whichever comes first. So remember, keep your eyes on your inbox. We can't wait to share all of the details and more in the bonus video in just a few days. I'll see you guys then, and take care.
Uh-oh. I'm stuck.
Joey, that is not going to work.
No, seriously. I'm really wedged in here.
I'll pull you through.
Okay. Ah, stop. I'm worried about damaging my head.
It's a little late for that.
All right, well, hurry up. You got to do something.
All right, well, this does not change anything. Okay, we need to get something to grease the sides of his face.
We got turkey grease.
Bring it.
I just want to say that I'm sorry I referred to the vein as a separate person.
Here you go.
Ooh, that smells good. Okay.
Okay, try it.
This isn't working.
All right, we're gonna have to unscrew the chain.
Well, hurry, I can't feel my ears.
Can you ever feel your ears?
Interesting.
Chandler, where are your tools?
Oh, I left them on my bulldozer. I don't have tools.
Well, I do, but Rachel borrowed them. I lent them to Ross.
I gave them to Joey.
I left them at the park.
I'm finding it really hard not to mess with him.
I've already stuffed a bunch of Brussels sprouts down his pants.
Nice.
Okay, I have to get that. Now, when I get back, I want you and your friends to be gone. Thanksgiving is over. The vein has spoken.
It's really starting to hurt.
Okay, look, I'm gonna pull on the door, and you guys push as hard as you can. Maybe we can get enough room to wiggle them out, okay? Okay, so push.
Just a sec, we're kind of in the middle of something here.
Stop putting things down my pants.
Come on, guys,